Alright, what's up guys? Commish AceCoach704 here, doing a little quick video. PEL playoff picture. We're going to go through each division, and then we'll talk about where everyone is seated at the moment, and some possible first round matches. Then we'll jump right into it. AFC North, the Browns are 10-2, Bengals 8-4, Shamrocks 7-5, and Ravens 4-8. I believe the Browns have a tiebreaker over the Bengals currently. Um, if I had daddy leagues, I could break it down like I used to, but I'm just got to go off what I got in the game. So right now they're going to win the AFC North. Bengals are in a wild card position. However, the Shamrocks are right there on their tail at 7-5, and they're one of the wild card contenders. We'll get into more in a minute. AFC South, the Jags did lose tonight, but they're 10-3, and they've already got the division clinched. The Colts are 5-7. Oilers 3-9, Bulls 1-11. All three of those guys are playing for draft position more so than anything else, and getting their guys some XP. AFC East, or as it's been aptly named the AFC Least. Uh, Funny enough, the Dolphins at 3-9 are still in contention in theory if everyone lost out, but they can't do that because the Monarchs and Patriots still have to play. Monarchs did get a big win tonight over the Chiefs to put them at 7-6, a half game lead over the Patriots. And like I said, they do play one more time here the last couple weeks of the season. The Dolphins are out of it. And the Jets, welcome to the league, and hopefully this guy will stick around. Apparently he is a singer or something. I don't know. But hopefully he will stay around. And, they got some good young pieces, so that will be a good team in the future. AFC West, the Chiefs and Chargers are tied at 10-3 each. However, the Chiefs have a tiebreak over the Chargers currently, and they play Week 17. And the Chargers will be trying to nullify that tiebreaker. And once it goes to that, if that were to happen, it would go to division record on whoever has the best division record. And right now, both teams have one loss in the division. The Chargers to the Chiefs to the Black Knights. And the Broncos and Black Knights are both out of it at 3-9. However, the Black Knights can play a spoiler as they have knocked off some good teams here lately. And they have a chance to have a say-so in this race because I know they play the Chargers again. And I think they play another playoff team also. But AFC West will be settled between the Chiefs and Chargers, probably in Week 17 the way things have been going lately. Alright, and is that all the AFC? Yeah, so let's take a look at the AFC as a conference. And right now, the Browns at 10-2 have the best record by a half game. They haven't played yet this week in the AFC. And there's a three-way tie between the Chiefs, Jaguars, and Chargers at 10-3. For the second best record. So you got to win a division, and then you have your two wild cards. Right now, the Browns, Chiefs, Jaguars, and Monarchs are the top four seeds based on current standings. First wild card would be the Chargers. Second wild card would be the Bengals at 8-4. Behind the Bengals and wild card contention are the Shamrocks at 7-5, Patriots at 6-6, and the Colts at 5-7. I don't think they're really in it. They would have to win out to maybe have a shot at the second wild card if the Bengals or the Shamrocks really kind of tripped up on themselves. So that's what you're looking at in the AFC currently. So most of your playoff teams are pretty settled. It's just kind of a seeding process. The Shamrocks and the Patriots are really the other two outside of the current playoff teams that have a shot at getting in the playoffs. Shamrocks at a wild card. Patriots at the AFC East division. Maybe a wild card if they won out. But that's going to be a tough proposition there. Alright, so let's move over to the NFC. And we'll start with the NFC North. So we got the Bears at 10-2. Conquistadors at 9-3, Packers 4-8, Vikings 3-9. The Conquistadors are probably the luckiest team in the league. They've got like 5 forced wins, and I'm not kidding. 5 forced wins this year, and it's got them squarely in the playoff hunt. But the Bears, they were ranked number 1 in the power rankings, and they've been playing really well. They've won 7 games in a row, and they're the favorite to win this division. Madden also has them ranked number 1 overall, as I'm just kind of looking at it over there. Packers and Vikings are pretty much out of it, playing for pride and draft seeding and XP. NFC South, Falcons are 9-3, Saints 8-4, Panthers 4-8, Bucks 3-9. So the Falcons have a 1-game lead on the Saints, currently in the division. However, the Saints are in a pretty good spot for the wild card, which we'll look at here in a second. Panthers and Bucks playing for XP, pride, and draft position. NFC East, the Desperados won tonight over the Cowboys. That gives them a 2-game lead, which is a pretty good lead here for the division. So Desperados 10-3, Cowboys are 8-5, pretty good spot for a wild card. Giants at 6-6 are on the edge of a wild card berth, and the Eagles are out of it at 3-9. So that's your NFC East division. And the NFC West, Marshals are 10-2. They lead the division by 2 games over the Rams. However, I don't think it's over. Well, the Marshals had a big injury of David Johnson going down. That's why I say that. Then the Seahawks are 7-5, and 49ers are 1-11. So I think all 3 of these teams, Marshals, Rams, and Seahawks, have good playoff aspirations. Obviously, the Marshals and the Rams at the division. I think the Seahawks can't overcome a 3-game lead with that little bit of time left in the season. So let's take a look at the NFC as a whole. All right, so for the number 1 seed, you got 2 teams at 10-2 in the Bears and the Marshals. And then you have the Desperados at 10-3. So I think those are your big guys that are looking at a possible number 1 seed. Like I said, you have to be leading a division to have a shot at this and get a home playoff game. So you got the Bears leading the North, Marshals leading the West, Desperados leading the East, and the Falcons leading the South. So really the top 2 seeds that get a bye are still really up in the air, because the Falcons are 9-3, and those other 3 teams I mentioned all have 10 wins currently. So looking at the wild cards, the first one right now would be the Conquistadors. Second wild card right now would be the Rams, Cowboys, or Saints, because they all have 8 wins. Seahawks 1 game back behind that at 7-5. Giants 2 games back at 6-6. So when you're looking at determining who gets in the playoffs from a wild card standpoint, excuse me, you're going to look at your conference record. So we're going to take a look at some conference records in the NFC, since it's more of an issue over there. You really want to have a lot of NFC wins for tiebreakers in this situation. So the Conquistadors have 6 NFC wins, and the Rams have 5, Cowboys have 6, Saints have 5, Seahawks have 5, and the Giants have 5. But some of that is skewed because some guys haven't played all their NFC games yet, and some guys have. Like the Giants have played 10 NFC games, and the Seahawks and Saints have only played 8. Cowboys have played 11. So there's more opportunities for some of these teams to get up to a higher number of NFC wins, which will help in tiebreakers for wild card seeding and positioning. Okay. In the division, you want to look at your division wins as your tiebreaker. In the overall conference, you want to look at conference wins, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm going to keep this short, around 10 minutes. So I got a minute left. That's pretty much your whole AFC and NFC breakdown in terms of playoff seeding. Really, what you got to do, man, is just win. Normally, I go into tiebreakers and all that, but like I said, without Daddy Leagues, it's not really efficient to do it here on Madden, and it sucks. But once we get into Week 17, I'll probably do one where I'll look at schedules and tiebreakers and all that. So you can have a really good idea of, who is where and what needs to happen for this and that to happen and everything. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what the playoffs could look like right now, what you need to do in order to win your division, or in the wild card to get a spot. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.